Hi all, if you happen to be out there yet, we're still 4 minutes away from our webinar starting. Got my other laptop here so I can keep watch on things. Say something. If you can see and hear me, please leave a 1 in the chat box so that I can make sure that you guys can see and hear me. I got my laptop here. You guys get to see me twice, which tells me what you guys are up to. If there's any problems, it also lets me just see what you guys see. Yay. So that I can just make sure that you guys can see me. Okay. So if you can see me and if you can hear me, please leave a 1 in the chat box. Thank you. Hey, Rick, how are you? I hope you're doing well. Thank you, Rick, for being here. Yay, Rick is here. I hope you guys are excited to learn all about sales funnels. This is one of my favorite topics. And I'll give you guys a little bit of sneaky peek into what my Frugal Chicken inbox looks like every day. Oh, hey, Annie. Thanks for showing up. I got my computer here, guys, which is why I'm like looking down when I'm saying hi to you guys. So if you're excited to learn about sales funnels, put a 3 in the chat box because I'm excited to tell you guys all about them. It has been a cold day here, which is why I'm wearing my hat. Annie says hi. Hi, Annie. I like your Redbird design and our startup. You know what, Annie? I looked at your website the other day because I thought it was really interesting, and I think Pinterest is going to help you a lot. For those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, Annie was just on a webinar about Pinterest with me the other day, and I think that Pinterest is totally going to help you out. And guys, it's going to get traffic into your sales funnel. So we're going to talk all about that. We're going to talk all about how I got so many people onto my website and into my sales funnel. So I think it's going to be really interesting. Thank you, Rick. Annie, both, yay, 3. Yeah, guys. So I'm guessing you guys can still hear me. So if you are excited, if you just joined and you are excited about learning about sales funnels, put a 3 in the chat box. Good. We're going to give it a couple more minutes just so that everyone else can get on here and view my lovely hat before we get started. And guys, look, my tooth. You see that gap? I've had to have like 7 crowns this year. And this one now needs a root canal too. It broke the other day. So very exciting. I'm sure you guys are very excited to learn about my teeth. But like it's funny because when I see myself on the screen, I'm like, all I can see is this big gap in my teeth, which I'm sure that was all that you guys can look at too. So yeah, so no. Sales funnels, you guys, I'm really excited to talk to you guys about this. I think it's going to be very interesting for you. I think it's going to be really good for you. And then I think that if you proceed with sales funnels, it's really going to be game-changing and life-changing. Rick, especially for you, come spring with your courses, come spring when everything starts to really explode for you with your website. For those who don't know, Rick has a gardening blog, a backyard homesteading and gardening blog that has these amazing articles that come out, and it's what you can grow in that particular month. These articles, you guys, go viral. Like, I have a very specific definition of viral at this point because I did celebrity blogging for so many years. Rick's go even to my definition of viral. So Rick, this is going to help you capitalize on the traffic that you're going to get. So what you want to do is you want to prepare now. Now that, you know, sort of the off season for backyard gardeners, you want to prepare now. You want to get your funnels in line now so that when spring comes, when those articles are going to start to go viral again, you're going to want to have those funnels in place so you can start capturing that traffic and turning that traffic into sales. So hi Marie. So this will apply to you also too, Marie. So guys, I think that this is something that's going to be transformative for you. I think it's something that's going to really help you grow your business. It's going to help you support your families. That's what this is going to do for you guys. I'm just checking your comments here. We're going to give it a couple more minutes. I see that there's 8 of you guys on there now. And we're just going to give it a couple more minutes so that we can let other people get on. You know, I normally start right on time, but, you know, people arrive late. So, and I don't want anyone to miss this wonderful hat I'm wearing. It's really cold in my house. So those of you guys who know me know I won't pay for propane. So space heaters and I'm cold. Okay. Yes, Annie, it does apply to gardens too, and to garden design. And now also is the time, Annie, when you want to get your funnels mapped out, you want to get them in place so that when spring comes and when everybody's thinking about gardens, when HGTV is like, you know, got its ratings through the roof, when everyone's going to Tractor Supply, that's when you want to make sure, you don't want to start then. You want to start now, mapping everything out, getting your funnels in place, getting your links in place. And then when spring comes, it's you just let that thing fly. You know, that's when you want to focus on the traffic as opposed to building your funnels. In the spring, you're going to want to focus on the traffic, getting the traffic through the door so that your funnel can populate, and so you can take those people and turn them into buyers. All right, guys, I'm just going to wait 2 more minutes, okay? 1, 2 more minutes. So, and that's, guys, that's what I'm doing right now with my blog. What I'm doing right now is I'm actually reaching out to corporate advertisers right now, and that's one particular funnel. You know, when it comes to our websites, you know, you have a lot of different funnel options. There's the corporate funnel, there's the consumer funnel, and then there's, you know, other you know, aspects to it. But those are kind of the 2 big funnels. And then you know, if you're teaching other, like I do, where I teach other bloggers how to make money and stuff like that, that's another funnel that is going to apply to your site. But now is the time. What I'm doing is I'm getting myself ready for Chick Days. And for those of you who are watching, I don't know what I'm talking about. We're going to talk about this a little bit in the presentation. But I have a backyard chicken blog, and it makes me a lot of passive income every month. But what I'm doing right now is I'm preparing for Chick Days, which starts in like February, March, and I'm preparing my funnels for that, and I'm preparing my outreach programs for that to get traffic through the door, and traffic in a more meaningful way than just Pinterest can necessarily provide. Pinterest is good for volume, but you have to nurture those people. But that's what I'm doing right now is I'm preparing for spring, for Chick Days, and for you know, when everyone's thinking about chickens and gardening. Yes, Annie says it's just like preparing the soil now. Exactly. You're preparing your bed now. You're preparing your foundation now. You're preparing your soil. Then when it comes time to plant, which is going to be in the springtime, you're going to be better prepared to harvest that. Okay, guys, let's get started. I don't want to take too much of your time. So what I'm going to do is the same thing I did with the last webinar, where I'm going to screen share with you guys, and we'll do a presentation. And if you have questions, put them in the chat box. You know, I'm going to keep up with the questions at certain points. But if you have questions, put them in the chat box, and I'll answer them at the end of everything. Okay. All right, guys. So I put my computer down. Okay. Oops. Okay, I'm just gonna give it 1 second just to make sure that you guys can see my presentation. I'm just checking to make sure you guys can see my, okay, perfect. I don't want to be the guy that, you know, does the webinar and nobody can see or hear him. So, okay, guys, so welcome to my sales funnel masterclass. I think by the end of this, you are going to be really in a place where you're going to be ready to start taking the traffic that you're receiving and turning it into passive income, because that is what the name of this game is. So what we're going to cover in this class is how sales funnels work, the difference between cold traffic and warm traffic. And I'm covering this because this is a question I get consistently. People aren't sure how to nurture their cold traffic and turn it into warm traffic, and all that stuff, how to rewarm traffic after it's gone cold. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about using the 80-20 rule to bring more traffic to your funnels with less effort and stress. Once I figured this out, you guys, I showed you that graphic. For those of you who are in the Pinterest webinar, I showed you that particular graphic where once I started applying the 80-20 rule, my traffic shot through the roof. And so we're going to cover how to use the 80-20 rule, and it's less effort for you and it's less stress because you're not trying to be everywhere at once. We'll talk about that. And then using what I like to call the deep dive diva question to convert cold traffic to warm traffic. There's also, all a sales funnel does, what the purpose of it is to take traffic, usually cold traffic, and convert it into a buyer, hot traffic, a client. But what there is, and this applies to every business out there, is you have to ask them a particular question before you even start building anything. And believe me when I say that this is going to make your life so much easier. So, my computer's not letting me see. If you guys can, hopefully you guys can see me. My computer is, my other laptop is going to sleep. Okay, anyways, guys, I'm sorry. So you're in the right place if you know sales funnels are important, but you aren't sure exactly what they are or exactly how they can help your business. We all hear this term sales funnel. It's almost like it's almost one of those terms that's used so much that, like cliche, it's used so much that doesn't have much of a application anymore, but we're going to talk about what it is and how it can help your business. And you aren't sure how to convert cold traffic to warm traffic to sales. And you have sales funnels, but you aren't getting traffic into them. That is a problem that a lot of people deal with, where they have existing funnels, but they're not getting any traffic and they're not sure what to do about it. And you have sales funnels, but they aren't converting. And this is also a problem that people deal with. They have the funnels in place, but they aren't converting. So who am I? For those of you who are new to me, you may not know who I am. My name is Maya Van Eyder. I am a business automation strategist. I'm also a professional blogger, for those who know me in that capacity. And I live on an organic farm in the middle of nowhere, but I have learned a lot about automating your business, and I had to because I have 2 kids and a husband and a farm, and I'm extremely busy. So in order to run my life and not be completely insane and completely all over the place, and to support my family, I had to learn how to make passive income, and I had to learn how to run a business on automation. As you see, the picture on the right is a picture of me with one of my chickens that I bred. And it's funny because for those who don't know me, actually, I have a backyard chicken blog. This is a really, really popular blog. It's reached over 1.4 million people this year alone. And it's interesting because when I tell people that, and for a long time, I didn't tell people what I did, because this is what happens. And it happened yesterday. I was meeting with my general counsel about some contracts, and this is what happened. They first look surprised. Then they roll their eyes because they're like, you're on a backyard chicken blog. Like, how could that possibly be serious? And then once I start telling them how much I make passively, how many people I reach, they start to get intrigued. So, the blog was really sort of the impetus for me learning how to work with sales funnels and how to drive traffic to sales funnels. Because if I didn't, I wouldn't make any money. There's really no jobs around here otherwise. And I needed a way to support my family. So that's who I am. And I'm one of these people, I don't go on and on about who I am. I prefer to show you guys how I know what I know. So this is my inbox on any given day. You can see that there's a lot of sales. You can see the dates on there. The one thing I did want to point out is that you see that the products are not very expensive, but what you'll see here is that there's a lot of people who took the upsell. So this, for example, looks like a $7 product. This is actually a $20 sale because that person in my sales funnel took that upsell also. But on any given day, this is how I know what I'm talking about when it comes to converting cold traffic to sales and to passive income, because on any given day, this is what my inbox looks like. So that is just, the proof is in the pudding. I'm a show you I know what I'm talking about kind of person. I don't show you pretty pictures of me with thousands of dollars laying on a bed, right? And then for those of you who want to know what I do otherwise, basically. This is my inbox orders from my business automation. So these are all passive sales, and these are all like $300 products to $2,000 products. There's a couple $700 products in there. So it's not just about selling $7 products. It's not just about selling $20 upsells. This is about also being able to sell expensive items passively through your funnel. And for those who want to see my traffic stats, this is my traffic stats for this year. I took this the other day. So you can see I've reached I've had over 1.4 million views, and I've reached over 1.1 million people. So the proof is in the pudding that these are my stats, and I'm very good at getting traffic into my funnels, and I'm very good at converting those people into buyers. Okay, so let's get on to the heart of the matter, the meat and potatoes. Why do sales funnels matter? I mean, I've given you all this stuff to look at. Why do they matter? So sales funnels are a system to convert freebie hunters into active buyers. It allows you to generate cash flow while you do other things. And this is really where the sales funnels come into play in terms of passive income. It's one thing to be hustling all the time. It's one thing to be struggling to make money. It's another thing to have a consistent cash flow into your business while you do other things that grow your business. So the reason why most businesses fail is because they don't have cash flow. Sales funnels give you the ability to have that cash flow. It gives you that security, and it happens passively. And then it's a formula to grow your business. Because like I said, if you have cash flow, if you have money that you can reinvest into your business is naturally going to grow. So that is why sales funnels matter. So now, how do these things work anyways? This is an extremely simple graph here. But let's try this again. It's an extremely simple picture, but this is kind of basically how sales funnels work for those who are not as familiar with it. Basically what happens is traffic goes in, things then happen. You either nurture them through an email sequence, you make product offers, you upsell them when you make a product offer. A lot of different things can happen. You can reach out to them through networking, and what comes out is a client. Now, obviously, there's different tangents with this. Like, you can have people over here who need to be nurtured some more. You can have people over here who are tagged. You have people over here who are cold and dead, like dead leads. But this is sort of, in a very general way, what happens. Now, we're going to talk right now a bit about different options when it comes to sales funnels, just so you guys can imagine kind of how these things work. So you can have an opt-in to a thank you page to an immediate offer. And if you don't know what an opt-in is, it's a lead magnet, something that you give away for free in order to get their email, to get them on your email list. So you then send them to a thank you page, and then on that thank you page, you can make an immediate offer. Now you can go opt-in, thank you page, email sequence, and then make the offer. That's another option that you can do. And then opt-in, thank you page, email, webinar, offer. I mean, these things can just go on and on and on and on. So I like to tell people that sales funnels can be as simple as you want them to be, or they can be as complicated as you want them to be. That's what sales funnels are like. Now, to make things even more fun, we've looked at some very sort of simple funnels and some options, but you can do things like tagging people. If they click a link, you send them down one funnel. You tag them one way. And if you don't know what a tag is a way to segment people on your email list based on different actions that they take and based on different knowledge that they have, if that makes sense. You can sell people upsells. You can have cold funnels. You can have warm funnels. You can have rewarming funnels. And then you can have funnels based on clicks, no clicks. So sales funnels are highly variable, which is why it's hard to just sort of give you an exact diagram of what they are. They're highly variable, and it's really dependent on what your client or what your traffic needs at that time, what your business needs at that time, and so many different things. But this is basically how sales funnels work on a very sort of 30,000 foot view level. So let's talk about traffic. This is really what this is all about, right? Traffic. So there's 3 types of traffic, just to make things even more fun. There's cold traffic, which is people who aren't familiar with you. People who see you on Facebook, people who are on Pinterest. You know, a lot of you guys are on Pinterest. So it's cold traffic, which is people who aren't familiar with you, but happen to learn about you in some way, shape, or form. I'm just gonna take a drink here real quick, guys. Okay. And then there's warm traffic, which is people who know you. So people who have seen you on a video and then, you know, choose to opt in to one of your free gifts. It could be people who have been on your site more than once, but it's just people who are familiar with you. And then there's hot traffic, which are people who bought something from you recently. And the way you approach each of these different types of traffic is different. The funnels that you're going to build, the funnels that you're going to send them down is very different, because you need to talk to your cold traffic in one way, and then, you know, your hot traffic, you're going to want to talk to them a completely different way. You know, your cold traffic, you may have to nurture them more. You may have to tell them who you are, prove your that you know what you're talking about to them. Whereas your hot traffic, they've already bought something. You might want to reward them with a, you know, price break on one of your products so that they'll buy something again. So the way that you handle these different types of traffic is totally different. So, and just to give you guys kind of a visual, this is the 3 types of traffic. So you have and the majority of people coming into your funnel, the majority of people who will populate your funnel is going to be cold traffic. That's just kind of the nature of the beast. Even the pie wedge there with hot traffic, even that one's too big. You know, it's going to be much smaller than that, but that's a very important part of your traffic that you definitely do not want to ignore. Okay, so great. Now, how do we attract all this traffic, right? We talked about all different kinds of traffic. We talked about what sales funnels are, but, you know, sort of where the rubber hits the road, the meat and potatoes of the matter is how do we attract all of this traffic, right? So I like my picture of the dog here who's cold. So let's talk about attracting cold traffic. And then let's also talk about the 80-20 rule, because you can make yourself completely insane trying to be everywhere at once to get traffic. And the bottom line is that you are going to dilute your effectiveness if you try and be everywhere all at once. So we're going to talk about the 80-20 rule. And we're also going to talk about cold traffic because it's a little bit easier to get warm traffic through your sales funnel because they're already familiar with you. So we're going to talk more about converting cold traffic into warm traffic here so that you guys walk away with something that you can apply today. So the 80-20 rule, which you probably know, is that 80% of your traffic will come from 20% of your efforts. Now, for those of you who were on the Pinterest webinar, you saw the effects of that. Once I started to apply the 80-20 rule, my traffic absolutely exploded. So you know, 80% of your traffic is going to come from 20% of whatever efforts you make. And what I tell people is, you know, look at where the most traffic you're getting already comes from. If it comes from Pinterest, do more Pinterest. If it comes from Facebook, do more Facebook. If it comes from networking, do more networking. You know, focus on what's already your strength and what's already working for you, but instead of trying to constantly be everywhere all at once. So ask yourself, does your traffic come from Facebook ads? Does it come from Pinterest? Does it come from Instagram? You know, is it from networking? Is it from recommendations from previous clients, recommendations from colleagues? Where does it come from? Really examine your existing funnels, examine your, you know, examine your analytics and ask yourself, where is it really coming from? And do more of that. Like, I know people who will put in $5 into a Facebook ad and it will spit out $150 or $1,500 even, you know. So if that's working for you, that's what you need to do more of. And then, this is just another visual. If 95.7% of your traffic is coming from Pinterest, and it's not to say that you don't want to, look at other options, but just remember that if something's already working for you, don't reinvent the wheel. Just do more of that and capitalize on the momentum that you've already built in that platform. Okay, so you have a new business, and what do I do? Or maybe you have a business that isn't getting much income, isn't getting much traffic, same thing. So what do? I tell people to test all the social media networks, test all the different avenues of traffic for 30 to 60 days, and then from there, figure out where 80% of your traffic is coming from, okay? Again, this is about testing, and it's about figuring out where the 80-20 rule is going to apply in your business. And then ask yourself, where does your target market hang out? For example, I work with some businesses that are in the bridal industry. Most of their target market is millennials. Where are millennials? They're on Instagram and they're on Snapchat. It doesn't make sense for them to necessarily be screwing around on Facebook if their ideal client, if their target market is on a different social media network. So you have to kind of temper it a little bit. And if your traffic is coming from something like Pinterest and your target market is men who are 58 years old, there's a little bit of a discrepancy there. You might want to start looking at some of your marketing and some of your branding in order to figure out why there's that discrepancy. But you need to ask yourself where your target market hangs out. And then ask yourself, do you want to use Facebook ads or free outreach? That's just a business decision that you're going to have to make. But that can, if you are brand new and you don't have any traffic, paying for Facebook ads, is one way to actually start generating traffic. And a lot of people do that. So guys, let me check really quick to see if you guys have any questions. My laptop died on me for some reason. I'm gonna, I know I'm screen sharing with you guys, but I'm just gonna check this really quick. I don't even see any. Okay, guys, let me figure this one out. Well, I guess I'll go back to screen sharing, guys. I'll have to. Oh, sorry, guys. Having a brain fart here for a minute. All right, guys, just give me 1 second. Let me go grab this cord because I can't see any of your questions and I want to be able to. So give me just 1 second, guys. I apologize. Actually, never mind. I want to have a place to plug it in. Sorry, guys. I'll just go on, and hopefully you guys can hear me, and I will figure this out after the presentation. My deepest apologies. My laptop is getting old, I think. I think it needs to have its battery replaced. So let's move on to the deep dive diva question. So before we even talk about what it is, let's talk about why it matters, okay? Because we'll just talk about why it matters first. So the deep dive diva question will help you with positioning your product. This is really crucial for your sales funnels. If your product is not positioned in a way that your audience is ready to accept, you're going to have a hard time converting that cold traffic into warm traffic, right? So asking this question helps you position your product effectively. It also will influence your copy. And the bottom line is that once you answer this particular question, it's going to make your copywriting and it's going to make building your sales funnel much easier. And it's going to influence your freebie and your lead magnet. And it's going to influence your products, obviously, because if your audience, if your audience isn't ready for your product, if you got the wrong product for your audience, obviously that's not going to work, right? So let's actually talk about what the deep dive diva question is. What is your audience's core desire? And what I mean by that is, what do they want their lives to look like? This is a question that not a lot of people consider when they build their sales funnel or when they do their business, but it's a question that really is the difference between getting some sales and getting a lot of sales, right? So ask yourselves, what do they want their lives to look like? What do they want to be? What do they want, to wear? What do they want to drive? That sort of thing. What internal results do they want? And then what physical results do they want? So do they want to move to the other side of the country? Do they want to be 50 pounds lighter? And it's not just about, again, the physical transformation. It's about the difference in self-perception, if that makes any sense. So, for example, here's an example. There's a lot of people out there selling weight loss products. They're selling, transformations, lose 50 pounds. But what they're missing is what is their product really selling? What it's really selling is the ability to feel good about yourself, the ability to be appealing to your spouse. That's really what this, that's really what they're selling, right? So the Deep Dive Diva question is not just about what your product does, but what transformation does the product let your audience have? So what you really need to ask yourself is, in order to position your products correctly, in order to build an effective sales funnel, and frankly, in order to convert that cold traffic to warm traffic to hot traffic, right, to a client, is finding out what your audience really wants. What do they want their lives to look like? Where do they want to go? Where are they at now? Where do they want to be? Okay, I hope that makes sense. But once you answer this question, once you understand this, crafting your funnels and selling your products becomes something much simpler. And the sales happen organically. So then, after you've answered the Deep Dive Diva question, what comes next, right, guys? What comes next? Oops, I just slipped my slide. All right, guys, you build your sales funnel, and that's where we can take our relationship a step further, right? So what I want to tell you guys is, what is this thing doing? Guys, this is like the day for tech problems, right? So guys, I'm not sure why you showed up here today, but maybe you're ready to build a funnel and you want a system that's proven to convert. Maybe you're ready to start making money passively, and that is a lot of money. You saw my stats for what my inbox looks like on a daily basis. Maybe you want flexibility and funding in your life and a way to fund it. Sales funnels can do that for you. And maybe you have a funnel, but it's not converting. And maybe you want help with that, right? So, oh, how about that? Yay. So let me introduce you guys to Sales Funnel Formula 1, which is one of my courses. The doors to this product close on Saturday. But basically what this product is it is a formula for building your funnels that is proven to convert. So Sales Funnel Formula 1 is a 5-week course, and it's a proven formula that takes you from no funnel to ready for sales in just 35 days. So you learn basically the formula of the system to start building your sales funnels in just 35 days. Okay. These guys, what is this thing doing? Sorry guys, my computer is not working with me here. Okay, so right now guys, let me just check to make sure that you can actually see me. There I am. Let me just really check this really quick. I want to I just want to check really quick to see what you guys are saying. If you okay, there we go. Okay. Okay, guys. So I'm looking at your comments right now. Okay, so Marie says she doesn't have any funnels and I don't even understand how to do them for me. Annie says, can you repeat what someone new to online biz funnels should do, first and second steps? Okay, Annie, let me answer your question instead of showing you Hold on. Let me answer your question instead of showing you the slides again. So when you are, and then once we're done with this, guys, once I answer Aaron's question, I'm going to show you about Sales Funnel Formula 1. If you don't have any funnels, if you're brand new to it, what you want to do is, again, you want to ask yourself what your audience really wants. You know, what your maybe you have a product, maybe you don't, but you want to ask yourself what your audience wants, what they want to achieve, and how they want their lives to look. And then from there, you can start to build your freebies, your email sequence and your email nurture sequences. So basically what you're doing with a funnel is you are using something like a free gift to attract people. You're driving traffic using the free gift to attract people, and then you're nurturing them and you're making product offers at some point in the sequence, okay? So that's pretty much what you're doing with sales funnels. I'm just gonna check really quick, Annie, to make sure I answered your question okay. And guys, I'm actually gonna show you Sales Funnel Formula 1 here because I think that is going to help you. It's going to answer some questions. So I'm gonna let me pull it up now that I can actually make sure that you guys are seeing me. I was having some fears that you guys weren't even hearing me because my computer died. Okay, guys, I'm going to share this now. Okay, guys. So what I'm going to do right now is really computer. What I'm going to do right now is I'm actually going to share the Sales Funnel Formula 1 sales page with you guys. And Annie, I think that this is going to answer a lot of your questions. So sales, you can go to teammayat.com/formula1. Let me write this in here real quick so you guys can have it. Okay, this is okay, for some reason it's not letting me write the email address on there. Guys, this is just a day for tech problems, huh? Okay, well, here's the URL. It's teammayat.com/formula1. This is the sales page. Now, Annie, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you exactly what you need. There's all sorts of stuff on here you guys can read. But to answer Annie's question specifically, so week 1, and what this is a 5-week course, and there's video modules, there's workbooks, there's everything that you need to start building your funnels. But week 1 is the things you need to know before you can even consider automating your sales. This is the step that everyone skips, and this is part of that deep dive diva question. So in week 1, what we cover is the deep dive diva question. We cover that more in depth, and there's workbooks for you to work through. There's prompts and scripts to help you work through that. And then we also talk about the Sales Funnel Formula 1 framework. And Annie, this is where your question gets answered. It shows you the formula, the structure that your sales funnels can have in order to start building them. So week 1 will answer your questions totally. And this course closes on Saturday at, I think, 10 p.m. And module 1, which is week 1, is finished, you guys. So on that date, you can have it immediately. And then the no questions asked positioning tool. Basically what this does is it shows you how to take the answers from the deep dive diva question and some research and use that information to start positioning and marketing your products. And it's one thing to have the product. It's one thing to have the courses that you've built, everything, but a totally different thing to know how to position them so that people want them, if that makes sense. I'm going to switch back here really quick to make sure that you guys, okay, make sure that there's no questions about that. Now in week 2, what we cover is basically we cover templates. So I call it the gold mine reveal that will save you months of frustration and backtracking. This is actually really important. The reason why is because what you get is you get the templates, so your opt-in page templates, you get your thank you page templates, you get your sales page templates, you get nurture sequence templates. Basically what this does is this takes a lot of the guesswork out for you. I know that when people start building funnels, they're never sure that they're doing the right things. They're never sure what to say. They're not sure what pieces of the funnel that they need. That's what this week does. It gives you everything that you need to start building these pages, and you can have confidence to know that you're saying the right things in the right way, that things look the way that they should. Now, the Untapped Mind template is a particular template for a sales page that most people don't use. There's a particular page in your sales funnel where your ability to convert someone is at its highest, but most people don't know this, and they don't know how to they don't even know about it. And all those pictures you saw, all the sales you saw on the slide with all those $7 ebook sales, that's from this Untapped Mind template. Okay, it's a particular page that is highly converting, and it's when your audience is most paying. It's when your cold traffic audience is most paying attention to you guys. And in week 3, we talk about, I call it the freedom building products to fund your new and improved life. But to be more specific, what it is it's this week we cover how to price your products, how to position your products in depth, and how to validate your product offers, how to design and map out your product offer. This is everything about how to position your products and how to price them and how to map them out. Because no sales funnel really works without products, right? So, and then we also do something I like to call Upsell University. So I showed you guys that picture where it was a $7 product, but I told you it was a $20 sale. That's because I upsold them. So, and on every page I have, every sales page I have, there's always an upsell offer. People do take advantage of that. I made a sale a couple weeks ago where the person took, it was a $90 product. They took the upsell and it turned a $90 sale into a $300 sale. So, because the upsell happened to be some hours of my time. So that's what we covered at Upsell University, is how to take advantage of upsells, and it can double your profits. It can explode your profits actually. And there are certain points where you absolutely should offer an upgrade, and we cover that. And then week 4 is traffic forecasting. So we talk about how to drive traffic to your website and into your funnels, but you want to be able to forecast that traffic so you can better control the numbers, if that makes any sense. It's one thing to drive a lot of traffic with Pinterest. It's another thing to know how to manipulate the amount of traffic going to your business, if that makes any sense. So what this week does, what we do in that week, is we look at all the traffic that you're getting, we look at how to increase it, and then we look at what those numbers can really mean for your profits. And then we look at how to increase your profits based on the amount of traffic that you're already getting. Okay, if that makes sense. And then we also talk about paid traffic like Facebook ads and stuff like that. And that's only part of the traffic into your funnel, but it is a pretty critical piece. And then in week 5, we talk about your email sequences. Email sequences are highly variable, and they can be a little bit tricky for people. People never know when to introduce their products. They never know when to, how long their sequences should be. They're never really sure how to tag people based on their sequences. That's what we talk about in this week. We spent a whole week basically just on email sequences, because it is probably the crux of every funnel out there. Okay, because it's where you take your cold audience and convert them into a warm audience that buys. I'm gonna check just real quick, guys, to see if I have any questions. Okay, I don't see any questions. So, and obviously there's bonuses. I give you guys access to the Profitable List Playbook. In this mini course, I show you basically how to get people onto your email list. I have an email list of 11,000 people, so obviously I know something about that. But basically that's what this does. It's a mini course that shows you the exact strategy I used to win me the hearts of over 11,000 subscribers. And then bonus 2 is the Tech Vault. Now, I've noticed that when it comes to sales funnels, it's the tech that really kind of gets people a little bit nervous. They're not really sure how to do the tech. So what I do is I show you in different modules how to use Canva, Lead Pages, ConvertKit, and MailChimp. So basically, it takes the tech issue out of the equation. If you don't have any tech yet, then this is going to be, the Tech Vault is for you. And then I give you guys access to the exact Facebook ads scripts that have won me about 6 figures in passive income. So I show you, and this is the ad scripts, not just for, it's ad scripts that work for a B2B market, a business to business market, and these are scripts that work for a business to consumer market. Those two markets are very, very different. And a lot of you guys, it sounds like a lot of you guys work in the business to consumer market. So you're going to want to have access to these Facebook ad scripts so you have something to use as a template, basically. Now, a lot of the fast acting bonuses have disappeared. I'm going to go through them really quick. But what the fast acting bonuses are is a 1-hour coaching session with me, and that's whenever you want that. And I have a lot of people who use that to they use it to like strategize their nurture sequences. They use it to ask me any questions that they want to, basically. And then I also share with you guys the exact email script that got me accepted into the Huffington Post. I am a Huffington Post contributor. I was accepted within 24 hours by Arianna Huffington herself. This is included with this absolutely free. It's the exact script, so you can like cut and paste it. And then there's also an explainer video. And then there's also a 2-hour online group intensive. Basically, this is a 2-hour implementation meeting intensive. So if you have any questions about your sales funnel, if you have any questions you want, or if you just want to block out 2 hours out of your life to map out your sales funnel and you just want feedback from me while you do that, that's where this comes into play. This is why that is advantageous. Now, what I'm going to do is if you guys buy by the end of tonight, I will go ahead and include all of these fast acting bonuses for free, even though they have left the building. If someone happens to come onto the page, they've come out of the building for those people, I'll include it for you guys for free. Not for free, but as part of the package. Let's put it that way. Because basically accountability is the name of the game here. Now, the other thing I'm going to do, guys, and I'm going to switch. Let me just check real quick, see if there's any questions. I don't see any questions. Okay, good. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. Okay, guys. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you this, which is if you buy, so Sales Funnel Formula 1 is $297. Let me show you that real quick, actually. There's a lot of different options on here. So yeah, so it ends on Saturday. There's a lot of different options here, but basically you get all 5 modules. You get full access to the Profitable List Playbook. You get access to the Tech Vault, and you get access to the exact Facebook ads scripts, plus the fast acting bonuses of the 1-hour coaching session, the Pitch Perfect, and the 2-hour online group intensive. You get all that for $297. If you want to have extra time with me for 1-hour accountability coaching sessions, you can take the $797 option. So both of those options are available. And then if you want me to build your whole funnel for you, that's the option there. So all those options are available to you guys. But what I'm going to do today is if you buy by the end of this webinar, I will go until 7 p.m. Eastern. If you buy by the end of this webinar, what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to give you let me do this. So it looks like I'm doing a presentation. I'll give you a 1-hour nurture sequence coaching. And the reason I'm willing to do this is because the email sequences are highly variable. It's kind of where people get stuck. They're not quite sure what to do. So I wanted to include this so that I can make sure that you guys have that figured out, so that you have a certain amount of success with that. So that's what I'm willing to do. So I'm gonna like stop screen sharing really quick so that I can check to see if you guys, hopefully you guys can still see me. I'm hoping I'm still live. I have 10 viewers and I don't have people freaking out, so I'm guessing that you can see me. Let me just check for questions. Oh, great. Thank you, Kath. Oh, good. You guys are talking to me again now. Okay, good. Yeah, no worries, Marie. I hope that you got, a lot of the free content from this. I hope you enjoyed the free content. But the free content too will help you out. So definitely go ahead and implement that. I'm glad that you guys are able to see me still. Usually, if you guys, you guys who hang out with me, usually I'm on the laptop checking your comments. My laptop died. I think the battery needs to be replaced. So, Annie, the course closes on Saturday at about 10 p.m. Central. The fast acting bonuses that I mentioned, the 1 hour coaching session, the Pitch Perfect, the Huffington Post script, and the 2 hour group implementation, that goes away tonight at midnight. So that's midnight Eastern. For those of you guys who don't know, I'm on Central Time. If you buy by the end of this webinar, which is at 7 p.m. Eastern, that's when you also get the 1 hour email nurture sequence intensive with me. That guys, if you have the ability, I suggest taking me up on that. For you on the webinar, like I just said, it's the 1 hour nurture sequence ends at the end of this webinar, and the fast acting bonuses go away tonight at midnight. But again, guys, if you have the ability, I really do suggest taking me up on the email nurture sequence, because that is the spot where people get stuck. And that's the spot where I get the most questions. And the reason why people, hire me, people who hire me normally pay a couple $1,000s to hire me. But I'm willing to throw that in for you guys, because I want you to have success with this program. Yeah, the 1 hour nurture sequence does end in 12 minutes, because I want to reward you guys for jumping on it quick like a bunny. So yeah. So do you guys have any questions about the material that we talked about in here? Okay, Annie asked when the course starts. The module 1, which is week 1, that is starting this weekend. So module 1 is finished, it's complete, and it's ready for you this weekend. The thing I should also point out is that this is lifetime access. So even if you can't make week 1 because you're doing something else, don't worry, the information's still there. We will have a Facebook group. I didn't put that on there, I should have. We will have a Facebook group, so I will be active in it. And you guys that have worked with me in the past know that it's really important to me that you guys are successful. So even after even after week 5, I'll still be in the course. Let's try this again. I'll still be in the Facebook group supporting you guys so that you are successful. Frankly, I'm going to relaunch this again next year. I want you guys to have success with it, because I want to be able to relaunch it again successfully, and also because you guys are paying me for it. That's the kind of person I am. I want you guys to have success. Yes, Annie, there is a group. That I should have put it on there. I'm sorry, but I didn't. But yeah, there's definitely going to be a group, because that's what I do. To keep tabs on you guys, I like to stalk you guys and make sure that you guys are doing well. So. But yeah, so do you guys have any questions about the material? Any questions about the course itself? Would you like to see the sales page again? The URL for that is, let me show you guys. Well, I guess I can't. For some reason it's not letting me right in here. There you go. Yeah, for some reason it's not letting me type the URL in there, but it's teammaat, maat.com/formula1. That's kind of what happens when my computer dies, so whoops. But yeah, so if you guys, I'll be on here for another 10 minutes if you guys have any questions about the material, about the course itself. Just put them in the chat box. Why would it let me put the... Thank you, Annie, for doing that. I do appreciate that. Maybe one day, guys, I will figure out using this YouTube live thing. It's actually brand new for me, so I haven't quite figured out all the little ins and outs of it yet. So, and I'm not I'm really, insistent on making sure I see all you guys' questions. So this is going to be a really great course. There's a few people in it already. It's the kind of thing that once I understood sales funnels, once I understood how to get them to work, you saw the pictures, my income exploded. It really is one of those things that's worth learning about. Even if you learn about it for free, or you take the course, it's one of those things that's really worth learning about because it's going to, bring you more income. Yeah, Annie, I'm not sure why it was doing that. I'll have to figure out there. It wasn't letting me put the link in either, so. But you guys don't have a lot of questions tonight, it seems. You guys had a lot of questions about Pinterest, not so much about sales funnels. Let me ask you this. Are you kind of still confused about the funnels? Are you still kind of confused about what they are, what they can do for you? Or is it just that you guys are super smart, much smarter than me? Okay. You guys aren't too chatty tonight. Oh well. Okay, so Annie says she has a 99% word of mouth referral business for 18 years offline, and she wants to have something. And she wants to have an online funnel biz that I have not created. Yes, this is for you. Yes, the reason this is for you and you're actually in a great position is because you get to learn about it without making a lot of mistakes. I believe this is for you. I've made a lot of mistakes learning about sales funnels, and it cost me profits. It's that simple. So yeah, I do think that this is for you. I think that if you, there's a lot of options in there for implementation. There's the 1 hour coaching session, which can help you gain clarity. There's the 2 hour implementation intensive. So if you are at all at any point, and you know me, I'm going to be in the Facebook group. I'm going to be there answering your questions. So even if you're not sure how to implement it at this point, it's a little bit harder for you to conceptualize the implementation. This course is for you because number one, all the information is going to be in the course, and number two, I'm going to be right there with you. So if at any point you're confused, there's opportunities to get feedback from me, and there's opportunities to work one-on-one with me also. So, as I said, my goal is to help you guys be as successful as possible with this course. So I'm not going to just leave you high and dry. So even if you never built a sales funnel, even if you have barely even begun to understand what a sales funnel is, this course is for you because it's going to help you build those. It's going to help you build them in about 35 days. So you'll be ready to start getting traffic and start making sales in 35 days. And let's say you're at the opposite end. Let's say you have a lot of experience with funnels. Let's say that you understand them perfectly, but there's something that's just not working for you. This course is for you because it's going to help you either redesign your funnels, or it's going to help you figure out where it's not converting, or it's going to help you dive deeper into your audience's needs and what they want, and help you reposition your products and market your products so that your audience converts better, so that they turn from that cold traffic into that warm traffic. I hope that answered your question or questions, Annie. Okay. So guys, any other questions? I know you guys are out there because I looked over here and there's a lot of you guys watching me. And I know that you're not watching me because I have a pretty face. My husband left a he left a he went to Taco Bell and he left a packet on my computer that said, "You're so pretty." Because you know, like when you go to Taco Bell, how it has the Taco Bell has the sauce packets and it has a little writing on it. So you're welcome, Annie. So he left me one on my computer that says, "You're so pretty." So I know my husband thinks I'm pretty, but I'm sure that you guys are not here just because you think I'm pretty. Oh, great. Thank you, Annie. I appreciate that. I cannot wait to work with you. I can't wait to help you with your nurture sequence. I really think that this is going to help you take your offline business and bring it online and help to convert people. So thank you, Annie. I can't wait. All right, guys, we got about 4 minutes left. So if you have any other questions, now is the time to pop in. And check this real quick. And I noticed that Deb Ashley is in. I think that's you, Deb. I think I know who you are. So thank you for being in. I appreciate that. I think you're going to be very happy with this, and I can't wait to work with you. And what I'll do, guys, is the course starts on Saturday. You'll have access to week 1 on Saturday. What I'll do at that point is I'll start inviting you guys to the Facebook group, and I'll start planning with you. I'll start contacting you to start figuring out when you want your when you want to work one-on-one with me. So you guys, there's 3 minutes left. Please ask your questions. I know you guys have questions. Rick, Marie, I'm putting you guys on the spot. I'm just kidding, but I'm not kidding. Kidding, not kidding. You guys, I am so happy that even though my laptop died on me and things didn't go exactly as planned, that you guys were able to see and hear me, because that would be awful if I just talked in my bathroom/office without actually telling you anything, not with nobody hearing me. So, all right, guys, we've got 2 minutes left. All right, guys, I'm going to ask y'all for feedback on this, because you're not as chatty as you were the other night, and I'm not sure if it's because you're not understanding, or I didn't explain sales funnels well enough, or if you just think I'm boring tonight, which that does happen. All right, guys, we're winding it down here. So last minute to get some questions in, last minute to get in with the free bonus. And I am super excited for this bonus like you don't even know. Because the email nurture sequences are the part where everyone gets tripped up on. So all right, guys. Well, if you don't have any questions, I am going to sign off. I hope you have enjoyed this webinar. I hope it has answered your questions about sales funnels. If you have any questions about it, definitely go ahead and message me. You know, I'm always happy to answer your questions. So, all right, guys, if there's no other questions, I'm going to go so that this replay doesn't go on forever for the people who happen to see it on the replay. But thank you for being here with me through all my tech glitches, my very minor tech glitches. But thank you for being here with me. And I will definitely see you guys in the next webinar, and I can't wait for it. Okay, guys. Thank you guys for those who are in. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it, and I do absolutely look forward to working with you guys. Okay. Thank you. Bye. I can never figure out how to do this.